Good morning, everyone, to the people joining globally, and good evening to the people who are joining from India. Welcome to our webinar session. The session will cover deep insights about the CBAM, what it is. It's a compliance from the European market. It's a compliance for all those who are sharing their business in Europe. The webinar will be presented by my colleague, Mr. Abhinav, having a more than 10 years of experience in the GHG accounting, GHG field, have worked with some of the MNCs like PwC and other. He has an experience of the industry, of the environment compliance, of the business, a deep insight, had practically implemented sustainability into several industries. So before he joins and he take over the stage, let me just introduce and take few minutes of yours to go through the journey of the KBS, what we are, what we do, and how we can support you in your journey of sustainability and help you in supporting your readiness on the CBAM. The company started in 2005 as a certification body with a small team but a bold vision. The vision was always and now also it is to deliver the world-class certification and assurance services that drive trust, transparency, and sustainability. KBS Certification Services Limited is a globally recognized leader offering comprehensive services in validation, verification, reporting, auditing, third-party inspection, training certification, and assurance across the domains of quality, health, safety, social, environmental management, sustainability, and the climate change. But the beginning too early was not easy. There were many challenges, but yet now overcome and ruling the global stage, navigating the evolving compliances frameworks, building trust in the global market, competing with the legacy certification firms. But our principles were always intact with the team and the management. We have the presence globally. We provide services in more than 60 plus countries all over the world. We have offices at 11 locations in 7 countries, few of them being displayed on the screen. A team of 200 plus auditors and the trainers 50 plus. Some of our achievements till date, we have certified carbon credits, verified carbon credits 35 million plus in the projects 2500 plus. We have 20 plus of accreditations and approvals from the globally recognized agencies. We have conducted 60,000 plus trainings, 20,000 plus certified clients under the various dimensions of ISOs, conducted 200 plus third-party inspection audits. Few of the services in our basket we can help you with: management certification, sustainability services, climate change, product certification, energy audits, third-party inspection, and the trainings. Under climate change service, we have most of the accreditations. You name it, we have it. Few of them being displayed on the screen. KBS offers comprehensive climate change service, including validation verification from various carbon mechanisms and the GHG certification, CDM, VERA, NABCB. So you can see, be the accreditation from Indian agency or the global, we have it all. Management certification services. It's ISO 9001, 14001, 45001, 20,000, 27,001, 50,001. We have most of them. Second party auditing services, be it in energy, life safety, environmental, hygiene, corporate safety, environmental legal compliances. We provide you the second party service tailored to your specific organization needs, focusing on safety, environment, and operation efficiency. Product certification, CE marking, Gold Star certification, REACH, ROSH, third-party inspection in electrical and the functional safety. We have our training services, which are IRCA approved, for 9,001, 14,001, 45,001, 42,001, 50,001. These are all the leader implementer courses. We also provide the internal audit courses. You can check on our KBS Academy training website. Next, we move on to the need of the hour. At present, everyone, who is in the environmental field, having a business in India or global, always heard a buzzword that is sustainability. So we also have it in our basket. We provide several services under sustainability vertical, sustainability assurance, organization level GHG inventory verification, carbon neutrality assurance, airport carbon accreditation service, water audit, product carbon footprint verification, BRSR assurance, CBAM support, life cycle assessment, and support for the sustainable procurement. KBS offers comprehensive sustainability services, helping organizations measure, manage, and report on their environmental and social performance. We empower industries and corporate to navigate the evolving sustainability landscape, acting as the strategic partners beyond mere compliance. We also, if you are a learner going to start your journey, we also have sustainability training services for you. Be it the training course on the ISO 14064, where you will be learning about the GHG accounting, the very basic and the initial step of your sustainability journey. Or be it, have you implemented the carbon management plan, then be ready for the carbon neutrality. Get yourself trained under ISO 14068, or you need to set out a roadmap to reach the net zero, the ultimate aim of the sustainability. Get yourself trained on the GHG accounting and the roadmap to net zero. So now I'll leave this stage and hand it over to my colleague, Mr. Abhinav, who will take you to the insights of the CBAM, how you can make your business more ready for the upcoming compliances under the CBAM. To Abhinav now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dushan. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's exclusive webinar on navigating CBAM reporting from risks to readiness. So, today we are going to discuss on CBAM, that is carbon border adjustment mechanism. Uh, am I audible to everyone? Am I audible? Okay, that's great. So over the next hour, I am going to explore one of the most impactful regulatory developments affecting especially Indian exporters to the Europe. That is carbon border adjustment mechanism or CBAM. So this mechanism is a cornerstone of the Europe's climate agenda, and it's crucial for companies like yours to understand its implications. Our goal is to equip you with the clarity and practical steps and resources to stay competitive in evolving international trade landscape. So let me welcome you all in this webinar session. And let me begin by thanking you for taking the time to join us. Today's session is structured to provide a comprehensive understanding of CBAM. We will start with a high-level overview of what CBAM is and why it matters. Then go into its timeline, sectors, and water reporting requirements. We will explore what changes are coming from 2026. So CBAM stands for, as you all of know, this is CBAM stands for carbon border adjustment mechanism. Basically, it is a part of European Union's Green Deal. In 2021, European Union has bring its green European Union has the purpose of CBAM is the carbon cost basically on the European reserve, equivalent to what Europe-based companies pay. Yes. So yes, we were discussing about the European Green Deal, that is Fit for 55 package. Basically, it is a comprehensive legislative initiative by the European Union, adopted in July 2021, and to ensure meets its climate target of reducing net greenhouse gas emission by at least 55% by 2030. Its key component of European Green Deal sets the foundation for the European transition to climate neutral economy by 2050. The key element of the packages basically consider reforms of the European EU ETS, introduction to CBAM, increased renewable energy targets, social climate funds, stricter energy efficiency requirements, zero emission vehicle targets. Uh, the legal framework under which CBAM has been incorporated, that is, legal foundation of CBAM's regulation is Europe 2023 by 1956. Under this regulation, the outlines, the design, implementation, the obligations under CBAM uh, has been incorporated. It officially began on October 1st, 2023, with a transition phase that runs through December 2025. During this phase, company was asked to report emissions, but are not required to make any financial payments. From January 26, earlier it was that from January 26, they will introduce certificate final verification of CBAM database, and then they will implement cost on that. But they right now, they few months back, they have again issued a notification and has said that from 2027 onwards, the payments on this CBAM certification will be initiated. But yes, definitive phase will start from January 2026 only. The regulation aligns basically CBAM with the principles of the WTO and ensures fairness and legal predictability for business trading with the euro. It's critical that exporters become familiar with this regulation early, especially for India. Like we are in our steel export and uh, fertilizer. We primarily this two sector is concern for us because most of the product out of six we export. The majority of the product are cement and steel and fertilizer. Now let's understand on the CBAM's timeline, as it is crucial for planning. The proposal was announced, as already told, 2021. That was part of Europe's Fit for 55 package. The transition phase from 2000 October 2023 to 2025, December 2025 has been declared transition phase, which requires quarterly emission reporting. The definitive phase will begin from January 2026, when importers will purchase and surrender CBAM certificates annually. This phase, right now, it will not, I mean, as per latest notification, it will not include any non-compliances. But by 2027, they have to pay penalties on non-compliances. CBAM is expected to expand in scope, potentially including more products and indirect emissions. Indian exporters must treat the current phase as a test run, building data systems and emission tracking capabilities, not to avoid operational disruption and cost burdens later. This is European Union CBAM roadmap from 2023 to 2030. So basically from 2023 to December 2025, which is transitional phase, there they have to report quarterly their ongoing emissions, whatever they are emitting during production process, embedded emissions on their product. Then after this, in later stage in Q4 2025, there are chances announcement of the European Union Industrial Decarbonization Accelerator Act. This is expected to further drive decarbonization and support CBAM implementation. During same period, there will be financial of amendment to the CBAM regulation, including further simplification and anti-abuse measures will be made. From 2026, definitive CBAM regime begins, and importers during this phase have to report and account for their embedded emissions. Covered goods figures must be independently verified. And the most important part is when right now we are in definitive phase, so we don't need to submit our verified report uh, in while submitting our embedded emissions detail. But from 2026 onwards, we have to verify our data, whatever data we are going to submit, that will be verified, and that too by accredited body from UEATS. And then after prior to 2027 onwards, there will be importers buy and surrender certificate for their CBAM liabilities in respect of embedded emissions in covered goods. Then 2027 to 2030, there will be review of CBAM effectiveness, and it will consider they will consider expanding its scope to additional sectors. That is possibly chemicals, plastic oils, and gas, as well as downstream products. So they will further they will monitor risk and may provide additional guidance on complex supply chains. In addition, it is expected to address the CBAM treatment of exported goods from the bloc. Let us discuss objectives and products covered under this process. Okay. So the main objective. So basically, timeline is very important. It is very crucial to understand the timeline of the CBAM reporting. As we are moving to it 2026, from right now, industries have to adopt itself as per their European Union requirements. So for that, we have to calculate accordingly all the product carbon footprint. And this is as a transition phase. Right now, we are not have to, industries don't have to bear any additional cost. Uh, so right now we are focusing on basically products which are covered under these are steel, iron, energy, fertilizers. Basically, there are six carbon intensive sectors. They are iron, steel, aluminum, cement, fertilizers, hydrogen, and electricity. These sectors are chosen due to their high emission profiles and significant trade volumes. Indian exporters in these industries needs to immediately assess how their product align with CBAM coverage. For example, steel exports like GI coils and pipes are already in scope. So Europe plans to expand the CBAM scope to include more products by 2030. Therefore, even if your sector is not currently included, it may be soon. Early preparation will help exporters avoid disruption and stay uh, under compliances as the scope widens. To illustrate how CBAM works in practice, let's consider steel product. The CBAM regulation list covered products using CN codes, which corresponds to specific harmonized system classification. For instance, galvanized steel coils, pipes, and seats widely exported from India. They are the main products which are exported from India. They fall under CBAM. Exporters need to check the CN codes of their goods that will be in Annex 1 of the CBAM regulations. For each code, they must begin tracking embedded emissions and prepare for quarterly reporting. This step is essential to ensure you are not caught off guard in 2026 when the carbon cost will start applying to these exports. Reporting under CBAM includes both direct and indirect emissions. Uh, here I have tried to figure out few CN codes with the example of products and what are impact on Indian export market. So for in case iron and steel, which example products we have given, GI pipes, coil, these are major as right now we are dealing with the lot of steel industries. We have reported we have submitted help clients in submitting their CBAM reports. So these are the major products, GI pipes, coils, and plates, which are facing right now problem because industries right now it's not in has not regulated their GSE emissions and they have not uh, prepared their GSE inventory. They have not prepared their carbon footprint for each and every products. So they are at higher risk and they are right now facing problems. So the after that cement, then fertilizers, aluminum, hydrogen. We are right now industrial growth is at very beginning stage. We are at emerging stage right now. So these are the main key CN codes which are facing right now uh, CBAM reporting issues. We have to try to figure out few CN codes for you. So what we do, we basically find out, we map basically from HSN code to CN codes. And on that basis, we prepare a template which is given by CBAM body. And on that basis, we calculate all the carbon embedded emissions and then we report in that template. So again, so water emissions which are considered under CBAM scope. So the reporting of the CBAM includes both direct and indirect emission, as I told. Direct emissions of scope one are those generated by on-site process like fuel combustions or chemical reactions. Indirect emissions or scope two are from basically from electricity used during production process. Actual emission data is preferred and yields more accurate, potentially low carbon costs as of now. However, in the absence of actual data, default values often higher are used. So this exporter use begin capturing real-time emission data using accepted methodology like ISO 14064 or IPCC tire methods to ensure accuracy and again gain competitive advantages. So this image I have tried to figure whatever emissions. Just a minute. So here you can see in scope one, we have marked blue color, light blue, sky blue color, emission generated from the production of CBAM goods at installation level. Then again, there is scope three, indirect, that is not in scope, consumption, transportation, distribution at the end of the life. That right now, that is not in a scope of CBAM reporting. Then there is a scope three indirect, which is input material under CBAM scope. That is precursors, raw material, transportation, and distribution, previous waste, etc. And then there is scope two, electricity basically consumed from production of CBAM goods. So CBAM reporting methodology aligning with Europe expectations. See, Europe basically key methodology which has to be implemented. That element are Europe default values in actual emissions. Reporting under CBAM includes both, as I told. Uh, During the transitional phase, reporting is required every quarter. So importers have to declare the type of quantity of goods and embedded emissions they have to report. Just a minute. Okay. So Europe default values versus actual emissions. So in transition phase, we can use default values while reporting CBAM data. Actual, that is why it says that default values use only temporary. Actual emissions reporting become mandatory from 2026. When we will enter in definitive phase, then we have to give our actual emission reporting. Then there are uh, Previous to this, I want to tell something more in more detail about this section, which I just skipped. So this is objective. Why this is? Let's have a deeper look on this. Uh, this will level the playing field between Europe and non-European producers. So European emissions trading system basically imposes a cost on domestic industries. However, without similar mechanism on imports, foreign producers could undercut European industries by avoiding carbon compliance costs. CBAM addresses this imbalance by applying an equivalent carbon price on certain imported goods. Thereby, they are trying to ensure fair competition and discouraging carbon leakage. The relocation of production to their main intention is to reduce relocation of production to countries with lesser climate policies. Second is their main objective is encouraging global emission reduction by pricing carbon at the borders. CBAM basically sends a clear signal to non-European producers. Lower your emissions or face, financial. They are trying to implement, as I told right now, that they are trying to implement carbon pricing from 2027 onwards. So basically, they are saying that lower your emissions or face financial penalties. This is basically a market-based approach. Uses Europe's trade. They're using their trade leverage to drive decarbonization globally, particularly in countries exporting emissions-intensive product to the Europe, like India is one of the example. And third is there that they are basically they are basically aligned from global markets with Europe climate goals. They are trying to align their goals with with global markets. CBAM basically is a cornerstone. You can say cornerstone of the European Green Deal, as I told in previous slide, and its commitment to achieving climate neutrality by 2050. They are trying to ensure by using CBAM that the carbon intensity of the imported goods does not undermine the Europe's domestic climate progress. Over time, this contributes to a global convergence of carbon pricing and environmental standards. Next, their objective is to incentivize cleaner production methods abroad. CBAM basically rewards exporters who adopt cleaner technologies and verifiable emissions accounting practices. Basically, they are trying to create a competition. So, whoever are going to reduce their embedded emissions on their product, so they will not face any financial issues. They don't have to pay additional cost on their product. So they are basically trying to create a competitions among exporters or manufacturers in countries out of European Union. Producers basically in countries like India can improve their market competitiveness by investing in low carbon technologies. These options we have, like we can, invest in low carbon technologies. We can switch to renewables energy and adopt rigorous monitoring and verification systems. In this way, CBAM becomes a catalyst for global innovations in sustainable production. Sure, industry have to face, they have to implement, they have to make changes in their production process. They have to switch their production technology. So obviously that is going to be that will add additional cost on their production system. But end of the day, it will help in sustainable production. So as I told, iron and steel, algorithm. So let me describe the agreed. I'm here talking about, see, you said right now, I think Abhishek has said that 50 ton has been exempted, right? But right now I'm not considering those point here. So yes, more than importer who are importing in Europe lesser than 50 ton, for them it has been exempted right now. but I'm talking uh, on importer or exporter who are importing more than 50 ton, right? So we are focusing here those who come under these compliances. Okay, so next, yes, basically, I think I already told that I will take question answer session during last duration of this presentation webinar. I will try to give reply of your queries as much as possible. Okay. 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 So European default, where we were on European default values versus actual emissions. So during the transition phase, that is 20 through 23 to 25, Europe permits use of default emissions values published by the European Commissions. So these are conservative, often high and not reflective of cleaner production practices. From 2026, reporting of actual emissions is mandatory. Actual values must be plant or product specific, and it will be verified independently, and they will verify to you by body or any agency who has been or are accredited by UETS. Exporters using cleaner technologies will set early to actual emissions reporting to avoid over penalization. This will help them, to get ahead in this competitive market. Second is the emission calculation method. So there basically right now there are three methods which we are using right now in CBAM emission calculation. So tier one is basically based on material balance or fixed emission factors. This is very simple but less accurate. Then there is uses measured site level data or fuel material uses. Site-specific data will be used in Tier 2 for standard emissions factors. For that, you can refer DEFRA, IPCC. And then there is in Tier 3, that is continuous monitoring or direct measurement. So it involves continuous emission monitoring systems or direct measurement uh, that is preferred for high emission processes like steel and cement production. And I think Indian exporters must plan for a gradual upgrade from Tier 2 to Tier 3 to meet European standards and be ahead in this competitive market. Next is verification requirement. So as I already told that from 2026, CBAM declaration must be independent verified by European recognized verifiers. So for that, scope includes, you have to keep your data accurate, calculation methods, you have to work on your calculation methods, you have to fix your system boundaries, you have to check your emission factors, whatever you have applied that is as per European UETS regulation or not. So emissions calculation step by step here I am trying to define it. So in the first step we do we define system boundaries. So this is a step one. Okay, so in this process, what we do, we identify all production units, energy flows, and material flows. It includes process directly and indirectly linked to the CBAM goods. It try to ensure consistency with UETS boundaries. Then another step is to monitor parameters For that, we identify relevant parameters. We identify relevant parameters, that is fuel use, electricity, raw material, apply, approve monitoring methods. Then we carry out regular data logging when validations. Step three is attribute emissions to production process. In this section, we link actual emissions to a specific production process. We use mass balance or allocation techniques, attribute emissions to individual goods. Then is step four. In this, we add immediate emissions of precursors that include emissions from input materials, use supply data or fall back to default values. Determine step five is determine emissions of final CBAM goods. It basically here we combine direct and indirect and plus precursor emissions, and that give specific embedded emissions per ton CO2 equivalent per ton for each CBAM good. This is our emission reporting overview. Basically, in transition phase, all emissions CBAM goods have to report their all CBAM goods considered on the next one. Then the direct emissions have to be incorporated. Indirect emissions have to be reported. Then definitive phase begin, and there we that annexer one all items listed in annexer one have to be report here. There are CBAM embedded carbon emissions under this section. Yes, direct emission must be reported. Indirect emissions report only for goods not eligible for indirect cost compensation. So obligation for a CBAM declarant. Transition phase that begins as already told from 2022 to 2025. And then there is definitive phase which began from 2026 onwards. Yes, it has been, in definitive phase, I will try to give you answer in last section. Okay. CBAM, try to, just a minute. I think we are getting a lot of questions. Okay. This is a CBAM tried emissions calculation method that has already told you type one, that is mass balance method, and then there type two, there we have to get site specific data, standard emission factors. Under this, we use actual production data, applies CBAM standards emissions factor from IPCC or European Union CBAM sources. Then there is type three, where we do direct measurement, continuous monitoring. I think already I have described this. So challenges for Indian exporters under CBAM and climate regulations. So what challenges right now industry are facing? Basically, the main thing is that they are right now not organized. So emission monitoring and verification structure is there very poor. They don't have a specific embedded data of their products. They have limited domestic infrastructure for third party. In fact, we have very limited infrastructure for third party verification. Inconsistent GSA accounting standards across industries. Compliance knowledge gaps, lacks of awareness about CBAM, European ETS, and global ESG norms, limited institutional interpretations, and capacity for regulatory interpretations and response. Access to low carbon technology, high capital cost of their clean technologies, limited domestic manufacturing of climate smart alternatives. Right now, these are the issues main which industries are facing. Uh, Cost of data collection is also one important thing. High cost of MRV system, especially for SMEs, complex data requirements, that is precursors, energy mix, and process emissions. So right now they have not segregated their data has not been segregated, or they have not uh, prepared inventories product wise. So when it's come reporting product carbon footprint for each and every product required under CBAM, so they are not able to identify how much fuel, how much electricity has been consumed on certain products. So this complication right now is faced by Indian industries, and we think that for this process we have to take a detailed life cycle assessment. We can conduct their carbon footprint of each and every product they are exporting to Europe. So yes, what compliance roadmaps are for exporters? So basically, the first step is to identify CBAM impacted products. That is, review export portfolio for CBAM covered CN codes. Typical sectors like steel, aluminum, cement, fertilizers, electricity, hydrogen, across sectors. Next is to prioritize high volume and high. One thing is that right now, while reporting CBAM for different industries, in fact, we are also facing sometimes client is not able to give right CN code, and even we map HSN code exported from here to Europe. There are a lot of complications. I know client asks some other CN code under some other CN code. They have exported from here under some other HSN code. So try to, identifying right CN code is very crucial in reporting CBAM data. Prioritize high volume and high emission products. Build internal emission database. This is a main base for CBAM reporting. As right now we were discussing. So for this, they have to set up product level carbon level product level carbon accounting. They have to collect data on raw materials and fuels, process emissions, energy consumptions. Choose a tier 2 or tier 3 methodology, but I will suggest to adopt tier 3 methodology because that will give uh, mm, in-depth information on your product regarding embedded carbon emissions. It will also make sure that in future you are on competitive ways. And the most important part is verification. Like there are a lot of industries who have in-house experts, and they are trying to create their GSE inventory. So they are trying to find out embedded carbon emissions on their products. But the main thing is that from 2026 onwards, they have to verify their CBAM data. So they have to secure verification partners from right now itself. They have to, I mean, right now, European bodies has not released any, body has not released any, uh, uh, any list of accredited agencies. But probably, I think in last of this quarter, they will list down agencies who can act as a verifier, or who can verify their CBAM data. So how KBS can help industries in how KBS can help industries to getting ready for CBAM. So basically, as my colleague Dushyant already told you, we are working in this sector from last 20 years, and we have done around 2,500 carbon verification project globally, more than in 60 plus countries. And in fact, we are right now an MSCB accredited GSE verifier in India, and We are listed on their site. We are listed on their site as well, and we are doing this from last 4 to 5 years. As per we are accredited agencies, so we can assist in JSA accounting. We can give training, hands-on training on scope 1 and scope 2 emissions. We have different training courses also. We can help you in, assess. We will assist you in product level JSA calculations. We will we will implement a tool, and we will also design a template aligned with CBAM and ISO 14064. We will assist you in appropriate identifying mission factors, system boundaries, and data sources. We can also verify your report. Right now, as the industry can, adopt ISO 14064 for verification of their JSA inventory. Uh, in a coming time, we will able to verify even your UE under UE ETS requirement as well. We are under process for that as well. We can right now we can customize your CBAM readiness audits. We can facilitate your, in preparing CBAM report. We can identify gaps. We can conduct a gap analysis for you. Can design a MRV system emission. We can implement a MRV system for you and design a reporting format for you. This is key takeaway for Indian exporters. This is a transformative regulations. I think okay, it's time already. Yes. So CBAM basically is not just an environmental regulations. It's a transformative trade policy by the European body. It directly impacts how carbon intensive goods are exported to the Europe, and it marks the beginning of a carbon accountable global trade system. Second, the thing is it is key to thriving on the CBAM key to thriving on the CBAM is early preparation. Those exporters who proactively measures and manage their carbon emissions, reporting during the transitional phase, and engage with the European importers will have a first mover advantage in this new low carbon marketplace. It's not going, CBAM is not going anywhere. It will stay here. And the third most important thing is that Indian exporter have to act fast. Cannot, as a Indian exporter, cannot afford to be a reactive. We need to build robust MRV system, collect product level emissions data and establish partnership with accredited verifiers. This is not only a compliance necessity, it is a strategic opportunity to align with global sustainability expectations. And finally, success in the CBAM era will be built on collaboration and transparency. Indian manufacturers have to work closely with even their importers, that is European partners. They have to share very verified data and embedded climate consciousness in their export strategies. So let's treat CBAM not as a threat, but as a chance to leap ahead in the global green economy. Thank you, everyone. Uh, Dushyant, so let's let's take. Thank you, everyone. And if you have any query, you can share your questions on our mail ID. If there is any clarification you need. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you. It was a very wonderful session, and I hope all the participants had got some insights about the CBAM, and this will definitely help the industry and the professionals who are working closely related to the compliance and the industries which are under the compliance of the European new framework CBAM. Definitely, you have a time till December to 2025 where you can develop the system in your industry and get ready for the mandatory mechanism of the reporting from January 26. Since when the verification of the inventory will be started? Yes, as a KBS, as a validation verification body, we will be soon be accrediting, getting accreditations under CBAM. We are in a process. We are filing the application and we are in the process to get the accreditation. As soon as we will be accredited, you can find us on the website. And for any more information related to our other sustainability services, ISO management services, you can reach our website, that is www.kbscertification.com. It's visible on our screen. Thank you. Thank you everyone for your time. Be connected with KBS Certification Services for more insights on the different upcoming compliances of India and the global network and the other requirements like ISO training. Be connected with KBS. Thank you.